Hello everyone, let's have more news about the Lakers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Lakers set a high bar for Austin Reaves trades amid unrealistic fan proposals. He concluded by reinforcing the organization's strong internal belief in Reaves. I've yet to really see an Austin trade that makes sense for both sides, and I think in general, people are undervaluing how the Lakers feel about him, Buha said. What matters is what the Lakers think, and I just think a lot of the Austin trades I've seen are far worse returns for Austin than the Lakers would accept. The bar to trade Austin is very high. Reaves is coming off his most productive NBA season to date. The fourth-year guard averaged a career-high 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.1 steals per game on 46% shooting from the field and 37.7% from beyond the arc across 73 appearances. However, his numbers dipped during the Lakers' first-round playoff loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Despite playing through a left big toe sprain, Reaves appeared in all 5 games, averaging 16.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists, while shooting 41.1% from the field and 31.9% from 3. As the Lakers consider how to build around LeBron James and Luka Doncic, Reaves remains a key piece, one the front office appears in no hurry to move. Now let's go to another video. Don't forget to leave a like.
Kevin said 3-team trade. Lakers get Walker Kessler and Andrew Wiggins. Okay. Jazz get Austin Reaves and Gabe.
Okay.
And the Heat get Colin Sexton, a first, Connect, and Maxey. So from the Lakers, it's a first, Connect, Austin Reaves, Maxey Kleber, Gabe Vincent. So this is your main expiring contracts, Maxey and Gabe.
Yep.
Plus your 2 young guys. Well, your more young guys, Dalton Connect, right? Plus your future first-round pick, and you're getting Walker Kessler and Andrew Wiggins.
Call it in.
You would do that?
I think I would do it. I think Wiggs is actually pretty underrated.
I think Wiggins is good. Are you ready to win a championship if you do this deal, if you're the Lakers?
I think because you can still make one more trade here, can you?
I'm assuming that first is the Lakers first.
Oh, true, because then it'll only have swaps in the second or 2 to trade after, right?
Right. And you've traded all your expirings, unless you want to use Rui's $18 million expiring.
That's what I was thinking, but then it depends on what player's coming back there. And then does that mean we also keep DFS? Like, that's another question I've been thinking about.
Yeah, I think that Finney Smith, I believe he's one of Luka's best friends. I believe they're going, whether it's he picks up his player option or they sign him to a new deal.
Yeah.
I think they're going to keep Dorian Finney-Smith.
I mean, to be honest with you, I look at that one pretty hard. I do think the Lakers are short at least another like legit 3-and-D guy. I think you upgrade with size here. Obviously Walker Kessler can grow alongside Luka, which is what I liked about this trade. I'm not saying I would do it for sure. Even though I just said call it in because after recalling what we have left to trade after. But I mean, if I'm the Lakers, this is kind of like the framework of like I'm trying to get multiple guys I know can play.
Sure. Oh yeah. You need the Lakers had 5 guys they trusted in the playoffs this year. You can't do that. You've got to have more players that you know can get on the floor. Now, that said, if we flip the perspective here, you look at the Utah Jazz.
Oh yeah, why are they doing this?
There's no way the Jazz
why are
do
they
this.
doing this? Yeah, why are they doing this?
Kessler and Sexton, and you're getting Austin Reaves and Gabe. The Jazz would not do this.
No. I mean, yeah, no. There's just no.
And I think that honestly, getting a first, Connect, an expiring plus Sexton, I think the Heat are stealing value in this.
I would agree with that.
All right, let's go here. Miguel said, hope for an uber athletic center rotation. Claxton, Jackson, and Sims.
Ooh, them boys getting bullied.
That's that. There's plenty of bounce there, but can we replace one of those guys with Steven Adams? Then I'd feel much better about the trio if that's what it is. Yeah,
I mean it's really fun from like a lob standpoint, but
oh sure. That's all you can do with them though is throw lob. You have no other option but to throw lobs because that's the extent of their offensive game.
I am genuinely surprised no one has thrown in any more Mavs trades so far because like they're like perfect trade partners, like unironically.
The Gafford trades. We've been talking Gafford trades quite a bit.
Would you trade AR for Derek Lively?
No.
Oh,
Not for
interesting.
I wouldn't do it. And I know the fit is much better. But so when I say no, I mean, would the Lakers do it?
I don't think
the Lakers want a foundation big. A guy that's if they're going to give up Austin Reaves, they want a foundational big, like a near all-star level player. Maybe Lively would eventually get there, but he's also dealt with a lot of injuries and things that make you question that. I think they would want somebody that's more locked in. They'd be looking a tier up in terms of bigs. And maybe that's unrealistic though, that they would get that player. I'm just telling you that's what the stance from the Lakers has been.
I know. So I've been thinking about what foundational big means though.
Well, where are you going with that?
No. Like I genuinely don't know. Like what is that? Like to me, like if I hear foundational big, I am thinking like Evan Mobley. I am thinking like
Bam.
Bam. Yeah, exactly. Like Bam is exactly who I was thinking of. Like, are the Lakers really getting that for Austin? Probably not.
No. That's why it may not be realistic, but I'm telling you that's what the Lakers asking price is, or what they're wanting to get.
Oh no, they should absolutely want to ask for that. I have no problems with that. Like it's if you told me like a Karl Anthony Towns level center was available for like Austin.
Sure, right?
But who is that? That's my point. Like
that's actually available?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like unless something unexpected, like we didn't know Luka was available, unless unexpectedly someone that suddenly becomes available. Bam, Miles Turner, those types of players. I've got those guys in a tier above a Derek Lively. Now, we could be at the end of next season, we could be talking about, holy crap, Derek Lively made the leap and he's there. We haven't seen it yet. And so that's where it's hard to put him in that tier. But let me throw a real hard one at you here.
Sure.
And this is gonna tug at your heartstrings here.
Oh,
all right.
I'm scared.
Would you trade now that the money does not work? So let's just pretend that you added whatever salaries in order to make the money work.
Okay.
Would you trade?
I'm ready.
Austin Reaves for our old friend Ivica Zubac.
Dude, you and I are on the mind meld. That's the name I knew you were gonna say.
You knew that one was coming?
I would, because you asked me what centers would I want to trade Austin for, right? And I was like, what's one of the ones we haven't talked about yet?
Right.
It has to be someone that's not an all-star, but is basically an all-star.
And that's Zoo. He was phenomenal this season. And
legitimate and all NBA guy, like caliber dude.
And look, the Clippers would never trade with the only way the Clippers trade with the Lakers is if they know they're fleecing the Lakers like they did with the Ivica Zubac trade.
Ransacking us.
But hypothetically, if that was an option, I think I'd do that, right? Zoo was amazing this season. He was awesome.
It's not going to sound fun, but I think if the Lakers had Anthony Davis still, you don't do this trade. But now that they have Luka, I'm far more willing to do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And okay, guys, I know this happens a ton, but I'm just going to say it right now. This is not me saying the Lakers should absolutely do that. I'm just saying I would consider it.
Yeah. All right, let's go here. Kevin said, I hope Luka doesn't sign the extension this summer to put pressure on Rob to make moves to improve the team and give himself as much leverage as possible.
I don't want to do that.
No. I'll tell you this. Luka not signing the extension this summer does not put pressure on the Lakers to make moves to improve the team around Luka. That puts pressure on the Lakers to trade Luka. That's what I think you immediately. If Luka says, I will not sign, you're telling him, we will give you whatever you want, 2-year deal, 3-year deal, whatever you want, or 2+1, whatever structure you want, we'll do that. And Luka says, no, you must immediately start considering trade offers because you cannot let him hit free agency. If your max money, it's not a huge difference between what he could get in free agency the next summer. If he's telling you, I'm not going to sign this extension, you cannot run the risk of him hitting free agency that next summer and walking away. That would be devastating to the franchise. So I believe Luka's not signing the extension this summer would not put pressure on the Lakers to make moves to build around Luka. it would put pressure on the Lakers to trade Luka.
Let's I'm going to assume, though, Trevor, just so to get people off your back a little bit, that you're expecting him to sign an extension this summer.
Yes, absolutely. like I feel very confident that Luka is going to sign that extension with the Lakers. I do not think that's the road we're going to be traveling down in August.
Yes. Okay. Just so, because like it sounded almost like you're almost expecting the Lakers to.
No.
Oh,
yes,
that aggregation would be
thank
nasty.
You for the clarification there.
That aggregation would be nasty.
No. Yeah.
No, to your point. Yeah, I want Luka to sign an extension. Like, I think Rob already faces enough pressure as is. I don't think he necessarily needs more of it. And I think given that the Lakers, I think, have a really clear understanding of what they need to do to make this team better.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm just not running the risk of Luka not signing an extension. Like I also am of the belief, like everything that's been said so far, that's been reported, just my gut feeling, it feels like he's gonna stay. Like just like from a human
he flat out said in that interview a month ago, like yes, his plan is to stay with the Lakers. Like
like I just feel like if you just zoom out and like take it from like even just a human perspective, like you just got traded to this team, are you really gonna want to ask out again and like have this narrative around you that like you can't win or whatever? Like
right.
I just again too, like maybe I'm biased, probably, but Luka and Los Angeles just feels like the most perfect marriage between superstar, city, and market. Yeah. Like I just don't understand how this doesn't work out like for all sides.
Agreed. Yeah. I don't think there's a look, let's say we're ideal world. Luka shows up like he's ready to step into the damn UFC octagon, right? He's like he's just shredded, right? Mm-hmm. Luka's got, instead of a 6-pack of beer, he's got 6-pack abs, right? Like that's Luka, right? He's just ready to roll. Like
a 6-pack with a 6-pack, just like right? On the beach, super jacked, when holding a 6-pack of beer still. Nikola Jokic and Jonas in the back. Guys, whoever's a graphic designer, please Photoshop this.
Oh, hey, AI is a thing. We can definitely make this.
Oh, you're right.
There's, let's say you get the ideal version of Luka next season.
Sure.
And he goes on a tear. He has his best season ever, right? Mm-hmm. All of that.
Wins MVP.
Like we've been having all these, wins MVP. We've been having all these talks about who's the next face of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Luka is in that conversation. If he has that kind of a season with the Lakers, and I think there's a level that he can hit as a Laker that he couldn't hit as a Mav. The Dallas Mavericks, Dallas is a big market.
Sure.
It's not the Lakers.
No.
If Luka has that kind of a season and the Lakers have that kind of success, so we're talking about him as a face of the NBA. And I don't think that's the type of potential that you just kind of take for granted and say, well, that's it. I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to get traded somewhere else. No, I think that's a real possibility. That's something that is going to have some appeal to Luka.
I mean, we could talk about this for, I feel like, hours, but like, I think one thing to note, in case people are forgetting how good Luka Doncic is, like if you look at like if you're just one of those people that looks like straight up at like the box score, and again, this is not me saying this is apples to apples, but if you look at SGA's number from his MVP campaign and compare him to Luka's last year, like again, I'm not talking about defense, I'm not talking about the team record or success, none of that. I'm just saying like purely from like a talent and production standpoint, they're basically on par. And you could argue Luka had a better season last year given like the playmaking portion of it. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying you have an argument for it. So again, I think because this is what's wild, Trevor. Like he basically averaged close to like 38-8 or whatever with the Lakers, and that's coming off of the calf injury. That's a new team. That's like not having the pieces around you to be successful. Can you imagine a healthy offseason, better shape, better roster, more comfortability in his home? Like, how is this guy not averaging close to a triple-double going forward?
Right. I mean, look at the numbers that he put up. Because everybody acts as though, well, Luka was not very good as a Laker.
Are you serious?
He started off. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, right? People saying, oh, Luka didn't, Nico was right. Luka doesn't look right and all that. He started off. So once that narrative took hold.
6-time NBA All-Star and surprising trade. Just weeks after being crushed by the Minnesota Timberwolves and eliminated in just 5 games in the first round of the playoffs, the Los Angeles Lakers enter an offseason filled with questions and few answers. The summer promises to be decisive for general manager Rob Pelinka and his team. Despite having recently arrived in Los Angeles, Luka Doncic only has one more year guaranteed with the Lakers. The Slovenian star has a $46 million player option for the following season and will need to make a decision next summer. Coupled with the fact that LeBron James at 40 may be considering retirement, Pelinka has no time to waste. He needs to build a team strong enough to convince his two MVP caliber stars to stay. The big question is, will Pelinka opt to surround Doncic and LeBron with good supporting players and roster depth, or will he risk everything in search of another star to form a new elite trio? Lakers' possible trade for DeRozan and Valanciunas stirs up backstage. A proposal published by NBA Trade Rumors suggests the Lakers could sacrifice some of their rotation to address their biggest current need, a reliable starting center, in addition to bringing in a former six-time All-Star. Lakers' new starting five with Luka Doncic and DeRozan. With this trade, the Lakers would have a starting five of Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, and Jonas Valanciunas, a competitive team without sacrificing the future. The risk seems more than acceptable to Rob Pelinka and coach JJ Redick. The team would have 2 real seasons to compete for a title, and if it doesn't work out, both DeRozan and Valanciunas will be on contracts up in the summer of 2027, by which time LeBron will likely have retired, freeing up cap space to build a new team around a 28-year-old Doncic. Sacramento Kings could start rebuilding with star trade. On the other hand, the Kings are in an uncomfortable situation. They are not good enough to fight for the title, but also not bad enough to compete for the first picks in the draft. This puts them in competitive limbo, the worst place to be in the NBA. Releasing DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Domantas Sabonis may be the best alternative for Sacramento to start a complete rebuild, take a few steps back now, and thus dream of a contending future further down the line. And you, fan, what do you think about Jonas Valanciunas' situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.